Tonight the Raku has shown me something. Your sheep have gotten lost because you are lost. You cannot see that the ones you trust are the problem.
Get out of here.
What you fail to realize is the power that I now have.
Yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man VACAY-J, and we are back once again with Tyler Perry's Ruthless. This is season 6, and this is the episode 1 recap, Divine Intervention. And we're going to get into it, fam. Before we get started, make sure you check out all my episode recaps so you can get caught up on everything so you don't miss anything. So let's get right into it. It is 8 p.m. This is where we left off. And yes, Ruth is holding something in her hand. We don't know exactly what it is, but this is the part where, yes, Joan and Zane tell her that the baby's gone. She's throwing something. We don't know what it is. We got Elder Mother. She's singing all the night, all the day. And yes, your girl Ruth looks very concerned. And yes, the highest is there with everybody kneeling down. This is right before they are taking this Kool-Aid, and she is running, she is booking. They are getting ready to drink it, and the highest is like, okay, drink it, drink. And of course, Joan is like, no. And then Ruth interrupts and says, no, wait. And he's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And everybody's surprised to see Ruth. It's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, wait, the Raku has freed me and I can't miss this moment. He's like, yeah, you're supposed to be in the punishment trailer. They're like, yeah, you're supposed to be in the punishment trailer. She's like, no, I can't miss this moment. So everybody's looking surprised and they're like, what is she doing here? And she takes the chalice and she drinks the Kool-Aid. And she looks into the highest's eyes and he's looking at her like, well, how dare you? What is going on? And she's standing there and she has the chalice. She's like, everyone drink up now. It's time for all of us and the baby to go to the Raku. And everybody drinks the Kool-Aid and everybody's pretty much shocked. Even the highest is shocked, but she's holding it up. And he's like, how are you not dead? Well, let's go back to 10 minutes before 8 o'clock. And she says, well, highest, I had a vision. I saw all of us are gone. But she's not telling him this part where she was freed by Zane and Joan, and doesn't tell him that, yes, Ruth and Joan and Zane are making a plan. She says, I have a plan, but you have to get recaptured. They just escaped, but she's like, do you trust me? And Zane is like, yes, I trust you. Joan is like, speak for yourself. She's like, look, follow my plan. I'm telling you right now, and we'll get out of here, but not right now. So they get recaptured. And yes, Ruth, while they're getting recaptured, she's going through the cupboards. She went to the kitchen. She's trying to find the poison that they're going to put into the Kool-Aid. And she's looking around. She finds a knife. She finds something else. And she's looking everywhere, can't find anything until she goes into another closet where she sees the poison. And she takes the poison out of there. She runs out, right? But before she runs out, she goes and hides by the little shed. Meanwhile, Elder Mother Marva is going in there with the other ladies. She's like, come on, we got to make the Kool-Aid. So this is right before Elder Mother makes the Kool-Aid, but the poison is not there. Ruth is hiding in the corner, and she runs, and she goes to like part of the gate. She looks at it, and she throws it over the gate so nobody can find it. But she doesn't tell the highest that, and he's like, oh. She's like, yes, the Raku freed me from the punishment trailer to be here with you. Meanwhile, the FBI, they're getting bombed. They're getting shot at. They're retreating. Slavatsky is like, no, I don't want to retreat. I'm tired of these Raku people. We're going to go after them. He pulls the strap out on Desiree and Cal. And he's like, I'm not going back. I'm not retreating. I'm tired of these Raku people. I'm going back. So he leaves, right? It's a whole lot of bombs going on, all types of stuff going on. So Cal chases after another guy. He's like, wait. So he leaves, and there's Desiree by herself. And then she hears somebody go, oh. So she runs over, and she sees George and takes George away. And we see Lewis. Yeah, he stepped on a landmine. Now back at the Raku, we see she's like, yes, I'm here. And these guys are questioning Ruth like crazy, like, yo, this is insane. But he's like, nah, this is a miracle. This is incredible. He's like, nah, she did something. She did something to the Kool-Aid or something. And Ruth was just sitting there like, whatever, whatever. It's like, and he's, Obadiah's talking to Elder Mother. She's like, yeah, you messed up the punch. She's like, I would never do that. Oh, you're crazy, man. Never mess up the punch. You're crazy. And Ruth is just sitting there like, let them fight amongst each other. She's like, she must have did something. She actually strangled me. I was fighting for my life. And they're all looking on like, yo, this is crazy right now. Yeah. And Elder Mother's like, yes, she tried to talk me out in the punishment trailer. And the highest is like, is this true? Is this true? She's like, come on, man. She's delusional, man. She's delusional. Elder Mother's like, oh, how dare you call me delusional, you crazy woman. You're out of your mind. And yeah, Obadiah's like, she must have did something, right? He's like, how did you get out of the punishment trailer? She's like, I told you the Raku let me out to be here right now. And she's like, no, we don't believe you. So with all the doubting and naysaying, Ruth is trying to plead with the highest. He's like, you think I'm mad? I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. This is a miracle. This is a miracle on 42nd Street. This is amazing. You are truly the sacred mother. And she's like, do you see what happened here? The Raku has told her. And she's like, kneel to sacred mother. And they start kneeling. And River's like, how is this happening? And all of this and that. And they're like, Ruth is making it happen. And he's like, Ruth is making it happen. She's like, yeah, but eventually they're going to find out what she really did, right? He's like, It's like, everybody kneel before the sacred mother. And he's like, yes, she's a champion. She's the sacred mother. And they're like, sacred mother, yeah, right? Meanwhile, Kyle is fighting with somebody. We don't know who it is. And turn around, it's some girl, some lady, and it's Saunders. And she escaped from the prison, right? So she was out there in the woods for about 3 or 4 days. Don't even know. He's like, what are you doing here? He's like, yeah, I'm escaping. I'm getting away from everybody. He's like, listen, I got to take you in. I'm an FBI agent. He's like, nah, you're not taking me in. It's like, nah, I'm not going to take you back, right? So here we are, Desiree, George, they meet up, with the captain. He's like, yo, who is this? What's going on with him? He's like, yeah, they castrated him. He's injured. He's like, yo, we lost this. And I don't know where Kyle is. And he's like, don't worry, we're going to take care of this. But you know what, George? For safety reasons, you are arrested. He's like, yo, come on, man. I'm going to sing like a bird. I'll tell you anything, right? And of course, Desiree, she is distraught. She is upset because she lost Kyle. And they're like, listen, don't get yourself all upset. So they're going to go back and put George in jail, right? So here we are. The highest is praising, the sacred mother. And he's like, can I say something? And she's like, yes. So Ruth goes on and she's like, listen, so with all this being said, with this miracle, this Raku miracle, there will be no more being disobedient and betraying the highest. If you believe in the Raku, you do. If you don't, then you need to sacrifice yourself tonight. River's like, how is she doing this? What is she doing? And Jonah's like, let her cook. So she's like, this is what it is. Stick with the Raku. And then the highest is like, you said that very well. She's like, well, thank you. And of course, Elder Mother's like, yeah, okay. It's like, well, Elder Mother, you need to go and, make sure that you go make a meal for me, right? Go make a meal for me. It's like, yes, your highest, and go make a meal for, Ruth, right? And they're like, whoa, everybody's surprised as to what is happening here. Meanwhile, back at the precinct, we got all the pictures of all the old folks, all the folks they've been investigating and everything else like that, the past to the present. And here we go with the dirty old sheriff. He's up in there while George and Desiree are there, and she is putting him in jail. He's like, man, do I really have to get locked up? I just don't like being locked up. And Desiree's like, listen, I understand, but this is the only way to keep us safe. And there goes the sheriff like, yeah, you look like you've been in a couple of jails here and there. And he's like, come on, man. Yo, lay off me, man. And Desiree's like, look, I got it, George. Sheriff, like, be quiet, man. Just relax and shut your ass up. It's like, yeah, you look like you all beat up. Yeah, we lost some folks. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. The Raku beat you down, huh? He's all laughing at him. And he's like, listen, George, you get some rest. We're going to talk. We got some paperwork. And the sheriff is like, yeah, you know what? I know what's going on here. And George is like, look, man, I ain't going to tell him. I ain't going to tell him. You don't got to worry. It's like, worry about what? I'm not going to tell him that you a pervert, man, because you remember what the sheriff was doing. Desiree is all shook up. You know, they was dropping bombs and everything around her, man. She's going crazy right now. So here we are back at the pavilion. And yes, your man is like, look, I want you to get all the people going, put them back in their trailer. It's over. It's a miracle. And yes, you know, he's like, I want you to be with me tonight. All right. And yes, he tells her to go get the food ready. He's like, yes, you're going to be with me tonight, Ruth. Okay. That means they're going to get busy. They're going to do something. Right. Then she calls the highest. Right. Desiree calls the highest, and the highest picks up. Right. And he's like, what do you want? She's like, well, we fell back. He's like, I know. And, you know, I'm going to try to hold them off. He's like, look, you and your good cop, bad cop, it's not working. You're just like them. And guess what? We don't need you. We don't need your white man government. That's what he said. And they threw the phone down and hung up on Desiree. She's like, damn. You know, she was like surprised that he picked up in the first place. So, yes, anybody else got a phone? Anything else I need to find out? And he's like, yeah, all right, now go get my food. And she's like, yes, your highest. And then he's like, yeah, and don't forget, make a meal for Sacred Mother. And she's like, yes, your highest. You know, she really don't want to do it. She don't like her. And it's like, all right, everybody, let's get up out of here. Let's go. Go back to your trailer. And it's like, wait a minute. You four? No, you stay here. Come back here, because the highest definitely wants to torture them, right? So Desiree's all worried. She's like, where could Cal be? I don't know. And then he walks in with this guy, this Saunders person. And she's like, oh, I missed you. I'm so happy that you're here. Right. And he's like, I'll let you guys, I'll leave it to you guys. And she's like laughing because she's going crazy. She ain't have no food. She's delusional and all this and that. And they're like, look, we got to ask you questions. We got to find out what's going on. And she's like, look, I can hear you. I'm in the room with you. This is a small room. You know, I can hear everything that you're saying. And it's like, listen, you better tell us what's going on. It's like, nah, well, I want to make a deal. It's like, you can't negotiate with the FBI. It's like, yeah, right. It's like, don't make me force you to do this, right? And she's like, you know what? Pay me or kill me. One or the other, right? So there goes the highest. He's with River. He's like, how could you betray me? And all of a sudden he tries to speak and he punches him in the back, right? And then the highest is like, how could you lose $1 million? She's like, Cat got your tongue now, Joan, huh? It's like, don't say anything. He puts on the ground, find my money. She's like, okay. like he spared her life, but he didn't, right? So again, they go outside and Desiree's like, look, I'm going to let you go ahead and try to get something out of her, by force or by any means. So then, the girl, she's looking around. She starts laughing, ha, 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 hysterically. Yeah, she's going crazy. We're going to happen to see what happens in the next episode of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, fam. This was episode 1 recap. Don't forget, we have the Ruthless Roundtable coming July 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Look out for that, family. I'm excited. The Ruthless Roundtable's back together, and I will be hosting, and we will be covering episode 1 and 2, fam. All right? It's your man, VACAY-J. What will happen next, we shall see in the next episode of Tyler Perry's Ruthless.